welcome back, welcome to Can't Catch a Break. I am DJ and Dr. Shar Johnson. Thank you all for taking out the time of your busy schedule. You don't have to listen to this podcast, but we thank you all for just friends and family always. We're appreciative, we're thankful and grateful. Well, thank you all for listening to Can't Catch a Break. All right, all right. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I have a show. I have a good episode on today. Yes, on this July 15, 2026. Yeah, it's like time flying. All right, time ain't waiting on no one, is it? Well, I just want to hit you with something, okay? Because y'all need to know where I'm coming from. All right.
Oh, child, every dog must have his day.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you all for just really just listening because hey, I like to talk about things that affect all of us as human beings, no matter who you are, what color you are. Guess what? We all in this together, okay? I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm not here to put no one down, but I'm here to encourage. I'm here to tell you you can make it, as someone told me. Knowledge is power. Let's use this knowledge. Okay, let's share it, but be in a positive way. See, the saying this is to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. Don't you like that? All right, yeah. So hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, all right. Now I want to talk about something very important. Oftentimes when you know a family member, especially like a mom or something, or dad, and those are two heads, mom and dad. You know, and the thing is, when death happens, don't things change? I've talked about this episode before about when the matriarch is gone. Okay, now the matriarch is gone. Years and years they've been gone. So, what causes siblings to stay away from each other, from sticking together? You know, and I talked about that on the last episode about when the matriarch is gone. Me, the mom. Sometimes the mom be the backbone of the family. That held things together, and we see that now. Where we see the change dramatically. Where the mom and dads are not really in the home. So kids growing up being parents at an early age. And y'all notice that. I know y'all, this ain't something new. But when you see what happens though, still though, especially in the African American community. And I didn't want an example, from it, but it seemed like in African American, families that we see a divide. We see a divide. Don't we see a divide, y'all? Yeah, we do see a divide. And oftentimes, when the matriarch, the mom, dad's gone, you know, or grandmother or something, or like that. I mean, I thought it would bring people closer, right? So I like to give notes and I like to let you understand that I do notes. I do research and study because I read on stuff like this because if anyone knows when you don't have a mom or dad, things do change. So we all gonna be parents one day. I'm a parent right now, so I know. And then like say your parent gone, who had you, who birthed you in this world. But that parent have taught you a lot of things that's very important. How to love your brothers and sisters, love your family members. But somehow, because of I'm gonna give some detail on this because it's deeper than what we think. Yeah, it's deeper than what we think. Why family members are wind up divided. And you see it even when people get into marriage and marrying to the family. The mom's not there, the dad's not there. They see that. Do you think people they don't say nothing, but they see it. And to some, they're not going to say it, because they know it's painful because they don't want their family to go through that. So, right now, especially the big families, have 12, 13 kids, like that. It all depends how big the family is. And the matriarch of the family held the family together during that time. Okay. Oftentimes changes come to the entire family. Okay. See, many people assume that after the grandmother or grandma passes away, right? That the family will come together or become closer. But I've seen it the opposite with the mother, the grandmother, and all that. And all of a sudden there was a divide. Okay. But it happens sometimes, and we see it. I think, most time they see it pass the mantle to the person, the older sibling, to lead by example, to bring people together. And everybody's different in the family when it comes to character and personality, brothers and sisters, siblings, you know, they have different personalities yeah. So that's something that really too will be a challenge, when a sibling has to take the lead after the mom and the dad are, going on. And so the thing is, you gotta find out who the person that held everyone together. Those their mom was, and dad was, or if he just be the mom. So you see a lot of single family real homes today. They no longer there. Okay, so now, let me get some now. Okay, now. I'm gonna say this now. Now we got stuff to deal with. Okay, painful things because now it takes time for people to heal when a matriarch or the one that held the family is gone. It's a grieving process. Okay, now on top of that, you have then at the grieving process, then you have the siblings that didn't get along. Wow, so that's another thing, and even to a point where if they did get along, some they stayed in groups. See, I talked on this last episode. People I'm talking about this because I still see it. I still see it how they have not yet come together. Some ain't because of you know the hurts, disappointments, the dislike in the family for one another when the matriarch was here, when even the mom and dad were here, the grandmas was here. But now you see it that changed all of a sudden. Okay, but for Christians, if you're a Christian, you don't have to be painful then. Okay, but the scripture teaches you, to love God, love for one another. But yet, Christian doesn't automatically remove past hurts. Some don't, some do. Families, some don't, some do. Because there's a lot of misunderstanding. There's a lot of unforgiveness when it comes to stuff, things of that nature. See, spiritual growth is a long life process. You always learn. You ain't arrived. So anyone tell you that you arrived, you're not. Okay, because you're flesh. The spirit wars against the flesh. Okay? Okay, so I just want to share with you something very important. Okay. Okay. See, siblings, they're going to remain distant after matriarch dies. That's the last episode. I'm going to keep on harping on that because I want you to know I've been talking on this now. And I hope someone is listening to this. I'm here to help young and old. I don't care how old, young, or old. I just want you to know that in your life, if you experience a loved one, a mom, or dad, when they died off, these are some of the traumas. These are some of the things that's happening in families today, like unsolved hurts from childhood. Real, okay, old wounds that may never be discussed because of the situation that happened in the family. It gets deeper. It gets deeper because there's a lot of hurts when it comes to physical abuse and mental abuse. Yeah, and then pride comes in. Satan, right? God had to kick him out of heaven because what? He was full of pride. Okay, trying to tell God what to do, right? Try to tell God what to do. But you know what? God knew all his plans. All he God kicked him out of heaven. Him and his angels. So that's the thing is pride. You don't want to apologize. It's like, you're a believer. Believers, some believers don't want to apologize. They don't want to, okay? Don't want to take the first step. Yeah, it's real. Yes, it is. And in family here, like say, how when it comes to matriarch, they gone and they leave a will or they, leave everything behind. Now, there's the disruption, I say disruption. I mean, there is the disagreement over finances. It's a lot of things. Especially if a person with the matriarch, even before they leave, they only have, have to have a caregiver, and stuff like that. It gets sick. But then when they leave, all this take place. Okay, and there's other responsibilities, see? Because when the matriarch is here, because of the work, the marriage, things that when they was there, raising children, okay? When it comes to the communication, that seems to, because of things that happen. When she was there, or he was there, the matriarch, and they were, their siblings decide to, because they talk, and things went on, and so there's a lot of things that happen when it comes to griefs. Some will withdraw, or some will seek closeness. Just let you know it's real. Okay, and then the unforgiveness part, the forgiveness part. I mean, what you did to me when I was a brother or sister, or something like that. It hurt. Something was deep. So there's no forgiveness in this thing. Uh, and to some right now, you see families, brothers and sisters fighting each other as of today. You see that happening now. Yes, you do. But see what the Bible teaches is that when you have love for one another, go into John 13, chapter 35th verse, when you have love for one another. Right? If you're a believer, if you're a Christian, and your family is going through, you're supposed to have love for everybody, man. You don't be distant with them because of disagreements, but love. And know you're a disciple of Christ. You have love for one another. See, okay. Paul wrote in the Bible in Romans, the 12th chapter, you read at 18 verse, that we want to live peaceful with all men. He said, live it if possible as much like you. Peaceable with all men. I'm telling you. That's we're supposed to be peacemakers, right? In our home, family, job, church. But somehow, when it comes to family matriarch, what I'm talking about here, this doesn't happen. You have a bunch of family members that are believers too. Some believe, some. But this thing is, you gotta love. Okay? And then the anger, put it away. The wrath, put it away. Because he told you, you're supposed to be kind. Paul writes in Ephesians about being kind in the 4th chapter. In the 31st, 32nd verse, he talks about being kind, okay, tenderhearted, forgiving one another. As Christ said, for sakes, you have forgiven you. Remember that we have to do that, okay? See, the thing is, all the feelings, the reconciliation, like that. Believers, it's not reconciliation, it's not based on feelings, but it's obedience to Christ. If you say you're a believer, okay, I gotta pray. Or this, you gotta, you're going through with your family members, and you ain't got close with them because of past hurts or things, what happened. Get close to them, because one day they're gonna be gone, and then you're gonna realize, that, oh my God, my lost my sister, and we was, still at it. Do you want to go like that? Ask yourself that. Do you want to have I put on your conscience that you could love your brother and sister even though you had disagreements? So yet you start getting closer and you left and start stuff like that. And people always say, I could have gave him flowers while he was here. But what happened? Okay? Someone was so you got to someone in the family, got to take the first step. Okay. Okay. Because if you wait for everyone else to change, that keeps the family divided. So you got to put yourself in the way now. And it's not easy, but you can do it. Pray together. I mean, get together sometime. If you're a believer, how good to me if you have a lot of believers in your family, man, you can pray together. Man. Even though you're in a situation with the matriarch is wrong, God softens the heart. Remember that. He will if He wants. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, and be honest in the conversation. Listen to people. Some people want to talk because someone want to get the last word or anything. They want to interrupt and all that, trying to win the argument. But it's not about this is your mom, this is your dad. These other ones will want you to get along, love. They will want you to do that. And forgive. Forgiveness does not excuse wrong behavior. Okay. Okay. All right. But it releases the bitterness that you have. Okay? Forgiveness. If you choose because you might. Sure, your brothers and sisters and y'all had it out. Mom, matriarch was here, dad was here, they was here. They gone now. What y'all gonna do? Okay? Think about it. Pray about it. Okay? Do you want your siblings to come back? Do you think that your siblings are distant? Do you think y'all go? Do y'all get come together? Y'all have time together? Is y'all, it's a dislike going on? Is there a lot of competition going on? Who's better? That's why I hate with people. That's why I hate with people. No, you got to come together and love one another. Okay, you try to focus on your relationship rather than being right. Okay, see, because people have, some probably I don't know, but probably I can see this way trying to come together. But what happened? Sometimes even winning an argument can cause a family to divide. Yeah, because I think. What happened to the birthdays? What happened to the meals? What happened to the holidays? I mean, my family, we used to do that. My family didn't do that. But that's the thing you can do. If you want to see your family do, I think the matriarch has left legacies for the family traditions, right? Come on now. The birthday and holidays. They'll love to see that. So whoever family is going through right there, who is just into hurt and bitterness, having that unforgiveness, guess what? Guess what? You'll be stuck in that. And then when your brothers and sisters are gone, you'll be unconscious mind will be thinking because it's things that you could do. You might be the one, I don't know, bringing somebody together, bringing the family together. See, love is demonstrated through action, not just words. Love is action. Action speaks louder than words. Remember that. Love. Okay. Right? Okay. And then, like I said, instead of asking, I want my brother and sister to change. You know, I want my brother and sister to change. You know? I want my brother and sister to change. Right? I want to share some questions like that. Right? You know, why they acting like that? Why they gotta be like that? Okay? Why they gotta be like that? You know? So you should ask them. Every Christian, your sibling, and you're a believer, especially if you're a believer, a Christian. You know, you want to know if you're showing the love of Christ. Have you forgiven them? You want to know, have you reached out to people, your siblings, family, being humble about it. You want to know that. Or are you one that's talking to keep people apart, allow pride to keep, you know, you sure that you're better. See, my thing is this. After the family, after the mom, after the matriarch is gone, will the family stay together? After the mom is gone, will the family stay together? Huh? Uh-huh. See, the thing is, I like the song because this is family. Now, it's supposed to be, you know, you say church thing, but I'm talking about family. What we could do if especially non-believer or believer in this situation is very serious because in Psalms 133 and 1, if you read about dwelling together, about being together, coming together in unity, okay, that's what you want. The matriarch, okay, was the one that held the family together, but Christ was the one that will keep it together. Now, you're not a Christian, still, all right. The vows just meant something. When you said it, when you was married, the matriarch held the vows. Okay, the matriarch is death do us part. The matriarch family that we gotta have. The matriarch is the one who's keeping together. They gone. So with pride, it's again that pride that divide. Well, I think I should. Well, because I ain't got time for it. And you know, my status right now, moving forward, I'm going up. I ain't got time for it. But these are your siblings. Right? Your siblings has some of the siblings has hurts. They have things they don't talk. You know, need to overcome. But see, humility is the one that restores to be humble about everything. See, forgiveness can heal what time alone cannot. I hope someone listens to me. So leave a legacy, families. So my color you are. Leave a family, what color, race, background. Leave a family. Leave a legacy. Not leave a family, okay? But leave a legacy, okay? Do that. For real. Oh, yeah. And
Powered by Riverside FM.
this is where I'm at right now. I'm talking to Riverside FM. Sensation. Really, they got the tools. They got you. There's a lot of things on here. You learn. Just gotta study it. And if you don't know, ask. Call them. Things about the system that you don't know. Especially, the thing that comes up with AI and all that. Let's help somebody. Okay? Yeah. See, that's the thing. Actions speak louder than words. Leave a legacy, Christian family. Now, the Christian families, they leave no legacy. When it comes to reconciliation, then what's wrong? Non-division. I thought you said you was a Christian. You want to love Jesus, to love God. Jesus wanted everybody to be together no matter what takes place. And some people can't shake it. And let's pray about it. Pray for that family. All right? See, a great testimonies about what they had. Never had a disagreement, but they allowed Christ to help. That's what Christ does to overcome these different disagreements. I mean, all our families are going through something like that to this day. We have a matriarch. Okay? See, unity doesn't require everyone to think of it, but it does require love, humility, forgiveness, and willingness to pursue. Even some family members do not respond. Each believer is called to do their part in secret reconciliation while entrusting the outcome to God. So pray about it, family. For those who are Christians, pray about this family marriage. The matriarch is gone. Time move on. It's gone. It's over. What you gonna do? How you gonna bring your brothers and sisters? What are you do? You continue. It's gonna let it sit. It's a lot of what's going on. No. Don't do that. Ask yourself. I just wanted to share it with you. Oh yes, I want to share it with you. Something very, very good. Because I think it's worth it. Okay? It's worth it. It is worth it. Yeah, I'm here. Okay, so I want to thank you all for just listening. It's been a while since I've been on here. So I just wanted to speak the truth. That's all. Just can't catch a break. Tell somebody about it. Okay? All right? Tell somebody about it. Can't catch a break. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you follow me. Let me know. Tell you, the young people. I mean, really, these young people, the generation to come, they're going to need somebody. What we're seeing right now is a shortage of the matrix. We believe in at the same time. We can be examples. We can help. All right? Our family needs to grow. The God ordained families. Remember that, right? I'm not here to push my religion on anyone. I'm here just talking about faith. You have a choice. Yeah. God gives everyone a choice. Yeah. And thank you all for listening to Catch a Break. I really appreciate you always. And me, I'm just happy and excited because I tell you, y'all are good people. Y'all are good people. And listen, I know. Tell me what you think. Remember, catch a break. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yeah. So thank you all for listening. Catch a break.
Oh,